So I'm talking to the gentleman who is interested. He was referred to me as for the coaching program that we do with entrepreneurs, helping them go from 6 to 7 figures up to 8 and 9 figures and beyond. So he was referred to me by this other gentleman who's really close, and I've worked with them. I've led a bunch of workshops for them in the past. And what's so interesting when I talk to people who understand the importance of coaching yet are not yet ready to pull the trigger, it's interesting to see the excuses that they make to themselves, because I don't buy the excuses. I understand the underlying objections, not just the ones that they're putting forth. So when somebody says, oh, this is great, I just don't have the time right now, I really understand what that means behind it. It's not about the time, right? And that's what he was giving me as an excuse was, hey, I just don't have the time for this right now. This is exactly what I need. This will solve my problems. Let's circle back to this next month. I hear this all the time. Let's circle back to this in a month. It's almost like, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to delay the decision until the decision is either reveals itself as unnecessary or it makes itself unavoidable. But by then, you've already missed so much time and energy that could have gone towards achieving the result. So I hate people saying, I'm going to circle back. And I always push people hard when they give me that to say, what's going to change in that next month? And in this guy's case, he's like, well, this next month we have all these marketing initiatives. We got these email campaigns. We got this new fund that we're launching. My kids are going back to school and I'm having surgery next month. All of these things like that was his laundry list of things. And my feedback to him was just, when is the best time to work with a coach? Is it during the game or is it after the game? Is it after the last ball has gone in the hoop, after the chaos of battle? Is it after you're sitting in the locker room and then you get to coaching? Or is it when you're in the midst, you're trying to launch that marketing campaign, that new fund, that new initiative, right? Is the best time to get coaching in the moment when you're doing that stuff so you can adjust in real time, save yourself time and energy and headache down the road so you don't have to go back and fix things, right? But so when you think about it that way, you go, oh yeah, the time that you want to coach is in the midst of the battle, not after the battle. And yet how often do we make the excuse of like, I'm just not ready right now. I'm just a little bit too busy. Once things get quiet, like once things slow down. I read this funny meme the other day about how adulthood is really just people telling one another, I can't wait until things slow down next month until they die, like over and over and over. That's all we're ever doing is saying like, I can't wait till things slow down next week, next month, next year. But things never do. They never slow down. They stay equally busy. You're always equally busy. There's never a good time to take on a new initiative, to work with a coach, or to get into a program, to take that course, to read that book. There's never a good time. So it's about finding the time in the midst of that. And so here's the corollary of this. If you're thinking that you want to work with somebody, but you're just not ready for it, understand that that is a you thing that's not tied to the excuses you're making around not having the time. What that actually is saying, I don't have the confidence that you can solve my problem, or the confidence that I will actually take what you're doing, you're going to tell me, and put it into place. And so if you're trying to sell a product or a service and you're getting that excuse, it's not now, it's not, I'm not ready, I need more time, or let's circle back to this at this point, just understand that the true objection there has nothing to do with the fact that they're busy. It has to do with the fact that they don't believe that the thing will actually work for them. And so they're hedging. What they're hedging is hoping that in that month, in that time that passes, they will figure it out and realize that wasn't necessary. I don't need the coaching, or it forces their hands and now the decision is forced upon them, right? But you don't want to work with people who have been forced into the decision like by circumstances. We want to get ahead of that stuff. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I wanted to share that because I see it so often. And so understanding if you're trying to sell something, how do you overcome that? How do you work around that objection to get to the true objection to help them see? Because as coaches, when we're selling stuff, you are trying to sell them on a solution that you know can help them. Like in this case with this gentleman, we already have pre-made campaigns and pre-made fund documents and everything that he needs. He just takes them and plugs them into a system. And so I know 100% with certainty, without any doubt in the world, that if he would just work with us, that we would solve his problem in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the headache than he would otherwise. And it would cost him, the return on investment would pay for itself in the first month. It's a no-brainer. And so I'm confident going back to him and continuing to push and press and saying, listen, dude, I'm trying to save you from yourself right now because I see the path that you're on. I've seen it so many times before. It's not going to take you where you want to end up. And because I love you, because I care about you, because I want the best for you, that's why I do this in the first place. I'm going to continue pushing on these objections that you're raising. And on the other side of that, if he gets to the point where he says, you know what, I don't want that, that's fine. Like I can't help you if you don't swim towards the boat. But until you tell me that you don't want help out of the water, I will keep offering my hand, keep offering you the lifesaver. And that's a different lesson for a different day. But I hope this one brings you a new frame, a new context, something to think about. And if not, well, then I apologize. I'll do better tomorrow. But if it did, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to grow on YouTube. I want to hit 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube Amplified Impact podcast channel. So go to youtube.com/amplified impact. Go subscribe. That would mean the world to me. It would help us grow the podcast, get it to more people, to more entrepreneurs that we can help and serve. And I will thank you until the end of time. But until then, stay hyper focused, my friend.